Hi, Deacon John Wilson here, Education Enrichment Director for West Angeles. I'm going to talk a little about CSUs. I know that deadline's coming up in 4 days, although that's one you could start late because there's no essay. And a lot of counselors are telling students or parents think that CSU has essays. It does not. No recommendations, no teacher recommendations needed. Some of you think that. It's not true. Not in the initial delivery. Maybe there's some impact at CSU that might do something if you're on the waiting list, but I have never heard of that. All right, so let's talk about it. The question is, which CSU should I apply to given your GPA? Now I'm going to approach it a different way. I'm going to tell you the ones first that are the most difficult to admit. I'm included a link at the bottom where you can click and see the same thing I'm going to show you right now. All right, again, I'll include this link below on impacted. We use the term impacted, and they'll say impacted majors, and that really complicates it for parents and students. I always say which CSUs are admission impacted. I use that term all the time, and I love my CSU people, but I like the term admission impacted. That's all you care about right now. Okay, here's the CSUs, and I might add one too. Louis Obispo, they're over here. And again, you can click on this link below. I'm going to include it, okay? Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. It's one of the top public universities in the country. Of course, its admissions impacted. You'll have to have a super high GPA to get in. You'll have to have 4 years, 5 years of literature and English. It seems to be something that they like. You don't have to, but I see like that's what the common thing is. Your math needs to be really into advanced math. It can't just be 3 math classes typically. You should have a nice amount of electives, but you need a high GPA to get in there, very high. It is the most difficult CSU to which to admit. So I usually have my super high GPA students applying to, or I recommend San Luis Obispo. Cal State Fullerton, just about all their majors are impacted. Its admissions impacted as well. Therefore, I'll say Cal State Long Beach. Again, if you have a school that's in these areas, it's going to be easier to admit, way easier, and you'll get in for sometimes the 2.5 minimum GPA. But your high school has to be in that area, not your house, your high school. So Fullerton, Long Beach, San Diego State, and San Jose State are impacted campuses. I really want to make sure you know that. And San Jose being the largest impacted campus on the list. Fullerton's pretty large too. So that's very important. What about all the other CSUs? All the other CSUs say that they're not impacted, but I know the CSU made its admission goal barely last year. So you might see in different CSUs like Cal State LA or Cal State Pomona. For most majors, you might find some impaction. So there you're going to be 3.5, 3.4, 3.6. Then below that, all the rest of the CSUs are going to be 2.5 or above. It's not that hard to figure that out. All right, I hope that helps. That should, but I go to this page. They also have on this page, you can choose a campus like, say, San Bernardino and see what majors are impacted on that campus. So that would be useful. That's the San Bernardino down here. So I found this page very useful, will be very useful for you. You can put in any CSU in this drop down, figure out, let's look at Los Angeles. That's one I just think that they're more impacted than they say. Let me see if I can make that work. All right, here we go. Los Angeles. There. Yeah, so they don't really have that many impacted programs either. So I would say use this page. LA probably isn't as impacted as I think it is, but definitely. And you might say at that last point, you might say, "Oh, Deacon, these are the schools I want to go to. I want to apply to all of them." But if you're 3.0, 3.2, you're paying the price for not having better grades. You know, grades are going to determine where you go. I know you all don't like it. A lot of students don't like to hear this, but you get the school you earn and want, not the one you want. It's not going to work that way. I want to say that again. And you'll have this link below. You get the school you earn and want, not just the school you want. That's a great life lesson. That's a super life lesson for you students. All right. Okay, I hope that helps about Cal State universities. Though my friends across the country are watching, don't worry, I'll have some things for you. I'm sorry it's about local stuff here in California, but that's probably true in your state too. Look at your state schools. They're going to be easier to get into than your regular other state schools that don't have the word state in it, okay? So take a look at that too. Again, you can send me a comment below. Please like and subscribe. I'll include my email address for questions. God bless you. Thank you all very much.